Hat Atelier. Episode 4 is a world-building episode that turns into a trap. At first, Kalhn feels like a reward after the data range test. Coco gets to see a wider magical community, a place where tools, shops, and witchcraft exist as part of daily life. But the episode slowly changes shape. The same world that looks charming also contains people who know how to manipulate Coco's trauma. The appearance of the Brimmed Cap figure shifts the episode from shopping and learning into danger, and by the end, the girls are trapped in a strange place with a dragon. This episode is the bridge between magical education and magical conspiracy.
Episode 4 brings Chifri and the apprentices to Kalhn, a town connected to witch life and magical tools.
Coco needs a proper tool for drawing magic, and the visit lets the anime show the practical side of being a witch. This is not just a world of dramatic spells. It is a world of ink, shops, specialists, and small choices that affect magical performance. At the Magic Stationer, the episode introduces Nolnoa and Tartah, adding more texture to the setting. Coco is excited because every detail confirms that magic is a real craft, with real materials. But the mood changes when she spots the masked witch connected to her past. The emotional trigger is immediate. Coco chases the figure because she believes this person may hold the answer to what happened to her mother. Tatia and Richie follow her, and the got becomes pulled into the crisis.
The chase leads them away from the safety of Kalhn and into an unfamiliar, strange space.
There, the situation becomes far more dangerous when a dragon appears. The girls try to escape using the skills they have, but fear and disagreement make everything harder.
Rishi uses multiple sigils to open a way through the wall, but Coco is left separated, uncertain, and emotionally shaken.
Meanwhile, Chifri learns that the masked figure is connected to the Brimmed Caps, a dangerous faction that wears old-style caps and masks.
By the end, the setup for episode 5 is clear. The girls are trapped, the dragon is active, and the Brimmed Caps have made a direct move toward Coco.
Episode 4 works because the peaceful and dangerous halves strengthen each other. The first half makes magic feel lived in. The second half reminds us that lived in does not mean safe. Kalhn shows us tools, craft, and community, which makes the witch world more believable.
Then the Brimmed Cap interference shows that the same world has hidden conflicts.
Coco is not simply visiting a magical marketplace. She is walking through a society where knowledge, objects, and people can be used as bait. The episode structure is smart because it gives Coco exactly what she wants: more contact with the magical world, and then shows how that desire can be exploited. Coco's chase is a bad decision, but it is emotionally believable. She is not chasing danger for adventure. She is chasing the person connected to her mother's condition and to the forbidden book that ruined her old life. And then that makes her reaction human. Trauma does not wait for strategy. When Coco sees the figure, she is no longer only an apprentice, trying to behave correctly. She is a daughter who wants answers. This is important because the story refuses to let Coco's guilt disappear just because she has joined the atelier. Her mother's fate still shapes her choices. The best moment is the shift from the stationer to the chase. Before that, the episode feels like a magical slice of life expansion. We learn about tools and shop culture, and the world feels larger and warmer. Then one glimpse of the masked figure changes the rhythm completely. The scene works because the threat is personal before it is physical. The dragon comes later, but the real hook is Coco's recognition. That recognition tells us the Brimmed Caps are not an abstract danger. They are tied directly to the central wound of the series. The episode becomes tense because Coco's desire for answers is exactly what the enemy can use against her. My original reading is that Kalhn represents the healthy version of magical knowledge, while the Brimmed Caps represent knowledge turned into manipulation.
In Kalhn, tools are chosen, fitted, explained, and used as part of learning.
The town shows magic as craft and community. The masked witch uses magic differently. They do not teach Coco safely. They tempt her through pain. That contrast is important. The story is not saying knowledge itself is evil. It is who controls knowledge and how it is introduced. Coco thrives when knowledge is guided. She suffers when knowledge is dangled in front of her without context. Episode 4 makes that difference visible. Episode 4 also deepens the series by showing that magical objects carry social meaning. A pen is not just a pen here. It reflects training, comfort, compatibility, and identity. For Coco, choosing a tool is almost like choosing how she will enter the craft. That makes the stationer seems more meaningful than simple shopping. They show that witches depend on material culture, not just talent. Then, the Brimmed Cap intrusion corrupts that idea. The same world of tools and knowledge that can support a student can also be used to lure her into danger. This is why the episode structure is so effective. It starts with the promise of proper guidance and ends with the terror of unguided pursuit. Coco wants answers. But episode 4 reminds us that the wrong person can turn even a search for truth into a trap.
Episode 5 setup is one of the strongest cliffhangers so far.
The apprentices are trapped in an unknown place. A dragon is present, and Chifrey now knows the Brimmed Caps are involved.
I would frame the trailer like this. The next episode will test whether the girls can function as a team when the classroom disappears.
Agat has knowledge and technical confidence. Tartah has warmth and emotional honesty. Rishi has quiet problem solving. Coco has unconventional thinking and empathy. The question is whether those qualities can come together before the dragon catches them. I also expect Chifrey to show a more serious side because this is no longer a controlled lesson or a local mistake. This is a direct move by a dangerous faction. If episode 4 is the trap closing, episode 5 should be the escape attempt, and the biggest question is whether Coco's kindness will become a weakness or the key to survival.